How you doing? Regular guy here. Hey, Manuel. Hey, I'm here to tell you guys, I see there's a lot of misconception about jump starting a car. Well, it's not that hard. You need jumper cables or a jump box. Personally, I like the jump box, but if you're going to do jumper cables, I recommend going to Lowe's or Home Depot, and there's a section there where they have all the welders and all that heavy electronic equipment like that. I think that's where the jumper cables are, or they're going to be in with the tractors and all that. Either way, ask one of the guys there at the Lowe's or the Home Depot. Tell them you're looking for the heavy-duty jumper cables. Because, well, I mean, you can go to the Family Value store and get you some $8 jumper cables, but what you're really getting is $8 jumper cables. Go to, like I said, the professionals and get the good ones. They're like $75 to $100, and yeah, they're extra long, they're extra thick, they're extra strong. The connections, let me show you. This is an $8 set. These are, well, they're basically disposable. I mean, they'll probably get the job done, maybe. I mean, if it's raining out, you never really know. But the other ones have the big chunky clamps and the springs. You almost need two hands with them, and you got the longer, and one of them is actually bigger to fit on some of these shorter posts that you've got. And this one is maybe, well, let's check it out. 8 foot long. Go get yourself some 15 footers, some 20 footers, because you may be in a place where people can't get to your car, very readily. Or you might be trapped in somewhere, and somebody that's nice enough to give you a jump will get as close as they can, but it's still not very close. So get the good ones. This way you know if there's a problem, it's not your cables. If I had a problem, this would be my first suspect, the cables. Get the good cables. That's what I'm telling you. If you're going to jumpstart a car, or if you're going to carry them to help somebody else, get the good cables. All right, now, I had a discussion with my buddy Dave, who's an electrician, and he says that electricity flows from negative to positive. So what you're going to want to do is find your battery, which, my car, I know where my battery is. This one's got a cover on it, which, a battery cozy, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, anyway, red goes to positive. You'll see it's got some red connections on it. Black goes to negative. Always red to positive, black to negative. If you're always wondering which is which, think about the Spanish word for black, negro. Negative. Black is negative. There you go. And there you go. Hey, you know what movie that's from. But if you're not sure, look, and you can't see it from where you are, but there's a big minus sign right in front of this one, and there's a big plus sign right in front of this one, so I know which one's negative, which one's positive. Always, because of my friend Dave, make sure these guys aren't touching, put your positive on first. Always, because if you drop the negative into the engine, well, most of the engine compartment is going to be charged as negative because it's all connected to the ground. Whereas if you connect the negative first and you drop the positive in there, well, now you're kind of crisscrossing the way it should go, and you're going to blow every fuse in your car. I mean, possibly. So, positive first, then negative, and you're going to want to hook up the offending battery first, the one that's low. Then you go and you do the same thing on the other car. Hook up the positive, hook up the negative. You don't start the car, you don't leave any cars running. You hook up the two cars unstarted, and then you go and you start the car that's bad. Start that guy up. If it doesn't work, and you got cheap cables, well, that's probably the problem. But if it doesn't work, just check the connections, just put it back on, give them a little rocking motion to make sure they get a good bite on there. And that's going to do it, because what you're doing when you do that is you're combining the electricity of the good battery to the electricity of the bad battery. And the battery only has one function. One function. The battery does one job: start the car. Once the car is started, everything runs off the alternator. Yeah, a lot of people, surprisingly, don't know that. So, if you're going to use cables, get the good ones. As you can see, those are dirty. I don't use them. I've evolved. Sorry about that, but I have. For jumping cars, this is my weapon of choice. This is not a sponsored video. However, Schumacher makes this jump box. I've been using this one for years. Well, one like it. I mean, I had another one. I actually sold it, and I bought a new one. Don't even want to go into it. But this one's cool. It's the same thing. It's got the cables on it. Black is positive. Red is positive. Black is negative. Let's hook this guy up and see what happens. Now, upon hooking this up, and of course you're going to put it in the place that's most convenient for you. Now I'm putting this on and I haven't touched anything, and it's telling me my battery's 12.8 volts, which is good enough to start the car. However, when you're going to start the car, you attach them, you turn it on. And if my battery didn't have any charge, now the battery from here is charging is not charging, but it's going to power the starter of my car. And then I would just start it, and then I would turn it off. And once the car is started, this 12.8 should jump up to about a 13.5, 14, because the alternator will be putting the electricity back in. Now, if that number doesn't move from the old battery, then that means your alternator's bad, and you got to get a new one. Some are easy to put in, some are not. Just depends on the make and model of the car, of where it is. And it's just that easy. Black to negative, red to positive. Black is negative. That's how you remember. And this jump box, look at this. It's got a light. It's got 120 volts. If I wanted to plug something in here, plug in a lamp, a radio, what you do it? It'll charge it. I mean, it'll run it for, I don't even know. I've actually used this at a craft show, running my scroll saw, which just plugs in. It's 120 volts. Got a little tiny motor on it. It's that one in the back. I don't know if you can see it. And I just plugged it in, turned it on, plugged it in, turned it on, and ran my scroll saw. It did it. So 12 volt if you want to plug in something that, I don't know, like one of those coolers or something. And it's also got a phone charger. You want to plug in your phone here, it goes up to 2 amp. If you want to charge a tablet or something, it'll do that too. But wait, there's more. This is the charging. To actually charge up the unit, you just plug in an extension cord. So the green light comes on. Give it a good 6-8 hours, no matter where it is. Good 6-8 hours will do it. It's got air pump. It's got different little nozzles in it. You need to pump up a tire or something. Of course, I never said it was easy to get to. It's just in there. Of course, my hand doesn't bend that way. There we go. Got the nozzle. Put that in. Turn that guy on. Air pump. And it actually has a blower attachment. If you need to pump up some pool toys, or if you're at the beach, you want to blow up a balloon or something. It's got a blower attachment as well. So these guys are at Lowe's. I picked mine up for 99 bucks. For the price of a good set of jumper cables, get you one of these. I'm telling you, I'm at 93%. I'll probably plug it in tonight. I like to keep it at 100 because if somebody needs a jump and I can't help them, I feel bad. And you know, you can always say, somebody says, "Hey, you got to jump?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." And, you know, and if they ask you, "Hey, you know, do I owe you anything for that?" And you can say, well, "Yeah, whatever it's worth to you, just give me that." Most of the time, it's a handshake I get, which is good enough because I've been in that situation where I needed help. And somebody helped me, so I don't mind helping. So, jumping a car, black to negative, red to positive. Hook up your positive first, your red, and your black. Take off your black first, then take off your red. Hook up the disabled car first, then hook the abled car, I suppose, the car that works, second. And yeah, my engine's pretty dirty, I know. But, well, I mean, it stays in my shop, so everything's dusty and dirty. But that's it. Jump in a car. Easy peasy. You can do it. And this is the regular guy saying, hey, if you need suggestions on anything else, just leave me a comment. And of course, subscribe. I mean, it's the whole point, right? Gotta subscribe, like my video, and if you have any friends, tell them. I mean, maybe you know that one guy that you're not too sure if they know how to jump a car. This right here will help them, and chances are it may help them, but it'll probably help somebody else because they'll use it to help someone else. And that's what it's all about, helping. So, you guys take it easy, and I will catch you next time.